Good afternoon. It's once again 5:30 on a Friday, and of course, this is your host, U.S. Representative Danny Davis, Congressman of the 7th Congressional District. And I've been home all week. As a matter of fact, we didn't go to Washington because we have something called district work days. And what that really means is that we spend the time interacting with the constituents. Many people take what is called CODALs, that is congressional delegation trips to other countries and other parts of the world, because we interact with people all over the world. And I didn't do a CODAL. I have not been doing very many CODALs, although we've talked about them. We did one to Geneva, Switzerland not too long ago, and we met with WIPO, the World Intellectual Properties Association. And of course, we learned a great deal about inventions, about protecting inventions, about creating things. And then we had ourselves a full day of activity talking about that. And we have been in contact with the country of Jamaica, working with a group trying to develop a technology park. And of course, Dr. Julius, I'll get it all together in a minute. He's also been with us, and we've just been having fun. But we have in the studio with us today a real live inventor, a person who has invented something, created it, Miss Danielle Baptiste, and she has created something called the Emergency Advisor Emergency Detector. And since we don't have a whole lot of time, we're going to go right into a conversation with her about her creation. Would you just share with our viewers a little bit of information about you? Who in the world is Miss Danielle Baptiste?
Thank you, Congressman. First of all, let me thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be here on your show. Again, my name is Danielle Baptiste, as you said, originally from Chicago, born and raised with my parents, both my parents, my 5 siblings, 4 girls, 2 boys. I attended Oliver Wendell Holmes School, which was right down the street from my parents' home. And then I attended John Hope Community Academy, which is also not too far from my parents' home. Then I attended Tilden High School for the 4 years and graduated, and went to Harold Washington Junior College for 2 years. I studied business.
All of that sounds good to me. Let me ask you, though, I couldn't help but notice that your last name is Baptiste.
Yes.
Any relationship to the founder of Chicago?
Well, actually, yes. My sister, she was following the bloodline for a while, but she stopped doing it because she was working and trying to take care of her kids. But I was looking to continue to follow the bloodline myself. But from what she told me is that we are related to Jean Point Baptiste du Sable.
Oh, my goodness. That's got to be something. Black History Month.
Yes.
John
Thank
Baptiste Point du Sable.
Yes.
The founder of Chicago. And we've never really spent enough time talking about the impact and the influence of that. And I wish we had more, but let's just go right ahead. Tell us about this invention, this creation.
Thank you.
Of yours.
Well, it's called the Emergency Advisor, Emergency Detector. My slogan is whether going to or coming from, we all need to get there safely. That's every driver that's operating a motor vehicle on the roads. In honor of Black History Month, I am pleased to announce today marks 3 years since my product went online.
What does it do?
Well, the Emergency Advisor, Emergency Detector, this is a device that will alert civilian drivers as well as first response vehicles of the location and presence of where they are when they're moving and their siren is on. Sometimes the siren does not even need to be on. My device will detect the frequency and alert the driver in that motor vehicle from behind, front, left, and right. As well as first response vehicles, it will alert a fellow first responder of the presence of his coworker from behind, front, left, and right by buzzing, flashing, and repetitively voicing who it is that's coming from behind, front, left, and right.
And so if there is an accident or a mishap, and people are speeding trying to get to where it is so they can provide whatever emergency assistance or service that they provide, this will give them some alert directional help
Yes,
that will facilitate their ability to access where they need to be as quickly and as safely.
exactly. Within a half-mile radius, possibly to a 1-mile radius, you will get the notification on the device that I invented, and it will start buzzing, flashing, and repetitively voicing who it is that's coming from behind, front, left, and right, such as fire, 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 police, 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 or ambulance. Ambulance.
Have you ever created anything before this or invented? Or have you been tinkering around
Well, I
inventing and creating things?
Well, no, I've always wanted to have a business of some sort. I did have another business. I kind of created it. It was called Danielle's A Dollar and Then Some. I would buy products from various stores, Dollar Tree, Jewel, Walmart, Target, and I would resell it for 95 cents. That lasted for about a year and a half.
You would buy something for $1 and then resell it for 95 cents.
Well, actually, I would buy it for 2 cents, 3 cents, because I would use coupons.
So you would use coupons to acquire
Many
products
products, yes.
and then resell those to clients and make money.
Yes, yes. I had a tax ID. It was legit.
It was legit and you had a tax ID and
Yes.
you made money. Did you have fun doing it?
Oh yes, yes. It's really nice when we can go to the store and get something that we know we need and want and present the coupon and it's, oh wow, it's a nickel. Practically free.
And so you found a way to use your creativity to start a business, a commercial enterprise that gave you the opportunity to resourcefully make money and provide a service. How did you get the idea of this emergency response?
Well, it was actually around 2013, Christmas time, and I played the lottery, and my mom said, no, God is not in that. I was trying to hit the lottery so I can take care of myself and my mom, and of course she said, no, God is not in that, and I said, I know, I just wanted to be able to take care of myself and you, and I did not get what I expected. I only got a few dollars back. I played one more time and again still didn't get what I wanted. So I just got on my knees and started praying. and asking God to help me with something, God and Jesus Christ to help me with something, anything, so I can take care of myself and my mom. And about 3.5 weeks later, I just started getting all this information in my mind, and it surprised me, but when God does something for you, it's miraculous. And I just started putting everything on paper and, putting it in my phone and typing it on my flash drive, and that's how it derived.
And so you're highly religious.
Yes.
I do a radio show on Sunday nights, and the first hour we devote to people calling in for prayer. And people will call in. Mm-hmm. It's on 1450 AM. Mm-hmm. And after we get enough calls, then we have a preacher who will have prayer.
That's good.
And then we go into talking about all of the other things that are going on in the world.
Yes.
And so if people believe strongly enough in whatever it is that they are attempting to do, then help will come.
Oh, yes, definitely.
From some source. And those of us who are into religion, we say help will come from our source.
Oh, yes.
Which is the Almighty God that we believe in.
Yes, truly.
And of course, there are people who don't quite believe that as fervently as some of the rest of us, but we often say we know what prayer will do.
Yes,
what it
prayer
has done for others.
It changes things that you want to have your way. It may not, the saying, come when you want it to, but God is always on time.
What church do you...
Faith Temple, 7158 South Peoria.
Okay.
Pastor William H. Allen was the pastor, founder, Bishop H.W. Goldsberry. The current pastor is Ronald Blumenberg.
Well, I used to go to a Blumenberg church, Reverend Blumenberg on Ogden Avenue.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, for years and years and years and years. Do you have your product protected? Do you have a patent?
Yes,
And how did you get it?
I just got my patent. I was just approved for it October 23rd, 2018, which was a very nice blessing because I unfortunately had some issues in achieving that. I had an attorney that I was very first working with. I initially gave her all of my information, and I expected that she would have provided all of my documents to the USPTO, and I received
the U.S. Patent Office.
Yes.
Okay.
I received an office action in May of 2017, and didn't understand why, so I paid a fee to her and submitted a letter. And about 6 months later, I received another office action, which devastated me. I was, very surprised about that as well. And I didn't know which way to turn or which way to go. I continually prayed and asked my pastor to pray for me as well. And one day I was on LinkedIn. Someone friended me, and I was scrolling through there and saw this organization, Chicago Inventors Organization. So I said, let me give them a call.
All right.
And attend the meeting because they had varied people there to offer legal counsel, pro bono.
Yes.
And so I made the appointment. I went on that Saturday in April, spoke with the CEO, Calvin Flowers, briefly explained my situation, and he suggested that I set up an appointment right away. So I was trying to handle some other things, and I figured I'd give it 2 weeks. But I met another member, Sister Bernadette, and she said, no, you need to make the appointment right away. So I did. I followed up that following Tuesday and spoke with Calvin. And he said, come in. I went in, paid the $150 fee for the membership, which was a year, or which is a year, and spoke with him and his team. And through Chicago Inventors Organization, they also work with John Marshall Law School
All right.
and other outfits. And they, of course, did their investigation, which they need to make sure I'm being truthful and honest. And about 5 months later, I received my patent. I was approved.
There it is.
Yes.
Hey, done. Let's see, we got a caller been trying to get in. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing, Congressman Davis?
I am doing good,
Yeah.
James. How are you?
Okay, when your guest said about God answer your prayers. Now, okay, Donald Trump and the media, the talk show, they pay more attention to the John Poe than less attention what happened in Chicago with R. Kelly and the guy on Empire. Donald Trump didn't pay more attention to them.
All right. Well, okay, let me ask you, have you voted yet?
Yeah, I vote for the guy, the one, I think his name Willie Wilson. I think that's his name.
Oh, okay, so we know Dr. Wilson got 1 vote, huh?
Uh-huh.
All right, well, you probably got more than that, because you're a wise man.
Because it's still going on, Connie Davis. I don't know what to say no more.
All right,
Like I said, God got the last word. And y'all have a nice evening.
Amen. Thank you.
you are so good and so right. God does have the last word. If someone wanted to get in touch with you and learn how your experiences can be helpful to them, is there a number that you'd be comfortable giving out or leaving
Yes.
for them?
Yes.
If so, then please do so.
Okay, that number will be 773-949-0050.
All right, and let's make sure, so we'll give it again.
773-949-0050.
All right, and we've got another caller trying to get in. Caller, are you there?
Even Dr. Davis, U.S.
Good.
Representative of the 7th District. I try to make my comment real quick. America lead in innovation. I want to ask your guest, how does she feel about how the Chinese don't respect things like patent, and when it comes to American ideas, how they make money off of it?
That's a real question. Go right ahead.
Well, I don't think that my project or my invention can be compromised. I understand what you're saying, but I'm completely protected. My patent is completely protected.
I think what he's also saying is that the Chinese, in many instances, and there are some other places too, don't necessarily recognize in the same way American patent law or laws.
Okay.
And not really just the Chinese, but there's some other countries too where you can go and you can buy things that have the names of well-known manufacturers or producers on it, and it's no more Gucci
Oh.
than a Gucci dog,
Okay.
or it's no more Longines. They might even be spelled differently.
I understand.
Yeah, and
Well-
so can we do things about that? Or does it takes a nation, quite frankly,
Okay.
and we always have these discussions. I happen to serve on the trade subcommittee of the U.S. House of Representatives, and these kind of issues often come before us as we negotiate trade treaties with different countries and that kind of thing. So we try and put it in the world arena and hope that international law can be effective enough to force or negotiate with other countries to adhere
Okay.
the same way
That we're thinking.
that we're thinking. And that's really what we can do. Let me ask, as our time runs down, let me ask you another question. And thank you, caller, so much.
Thank you.
Very astute question. Let me ask you, if one wanted to be an inventor, create something, what would you recommend that they do?
First of all, be honest with yourself. Be truthful and honest with yourself because, of course, everyone will have themselves looked at in a way that maybe they're telling the truth and maybe they're not telling the truth. And of course, there are certain outfits that can investigate you and make sure you are being honest. And then once you're found out, if you're not honest, then you, of course, don't want to be in that position. But if you're telling the truth and they find out that you are telling the truth, then you're in a good position. But truthfully, be truthful and honest with yourself.
And I guess I'd say the last thing would be, all things are possible if you believe.
Amen.
And so if you've got an idea, follow that idea. Really think about it, work at it, and follow your dream. And just dream and work it. And if you can dream and not make dreams your master, or think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, and yet treat those two imposters just the same, and just go ahead and do it. We thank all of our viewers. We thank our guests. We thank all of those who have been with us. And of course, you know that Tuesday is the big day in Chicago. It's election day. Please go out and vote, 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 and vote some more. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.